You are feeling something, but you can't quite name it. It's not sadness in a clear way, not anxiety that you can point to, not even stress that you can explain. Just something. Sitting in the background of everything you do, you notice it while answering messages, while working, while trying to rest. And the strange part is you can function through it. But you're aware of it the whole time. A kind of emotional weight that doesn't have language yet. Most people try to solve this immediately. They look for the right word, the right label, the right explanation. Because once something has a name, it feels easier to handle. But not everything inside you arrives with a name. Some feelings are still forming, and forcing them into clarity too quickly can actually move you further away from understanding them. This is where literature can help in a different way, not by naming the feeling for you, but by staying close to it before it becomes a name. You don't need to start with certainty. In fact, it helps if you don't. You can begin exactly where you are. Something feels off, but I don't know what it is. And then just stay there for a moment. Not trying to fix it, not trying to decode it, just letting it exist on a blank page. Because unnamed feelings tend to feel heavier in the mind than they do on paper. When they stay unspoken, they move in loops. They don't settle into shape, but when you write them down, something subtle changes. They slow down. Not because you've solved them, but because you've given them space outside your internal loop. And in that space, something interesting happens. You begin to notice details, a memory that connects, a situation that feels slightly related, a body sensation you hadn't paid attention to. None of these immediately define the feeling, but they start to surround it. And slowly it becomes less abstract. There's a line from Virginia Woolf that feels relevant here. For most of history, Anonymous was a woman. She was speaking about voice, but there's something in that idea that applies here too. Some experiences don't come with immediate language. They exist before they are fully expressed, and writing becomes the place where that expression begins to take form, not instantly, gradually. If you think about it, a lot of emotional discomfort comes from not knowing what you're carrying, not because it's unbearable, but because it's undefined. And undefined things tend to feel larger than they are. Writing doesn't always make them disappear, but it gives them edges. And once something has edges, it becomes easier to sit with. Not easier to fix, just easier to understand. So maybe it's not about what exactly you are feeling. Instead, it's about what is the closest description you can give to what's moving through you right now. It doesn't have to be precise. Even something imperfect is enough, a phrase, a fragment, a half-formed thought, because the goal isn't accuracy, it's contact. And once you're in contact with it, you're no longer just carrying it internally, you're beginning to relate to it. And that changes everything. So if you've been carrying something unnamed lately, you don't need to rush it into clarity. Just take a page, write what you can sense, even if it doesn't fully make sense yet. Because sometimes the first step in understanding what you feel is simply allowing it to exist outside of you, without forcing it to become something it's not ready to be.